Hey everyone, it's Carlo. Thanks for watching. In this video, I want to share with you a technique that's been working for me for quite some time now. I'm talking about leveraging the power of multiple pro audio applications at the same time, but both independently, of course, to really channel your songwriting ideas. In this case, we're going to be using Melodyne 4 for its tempo mapping and tempo editing power, and Addictive drums for its rhythm pattern creation power and its flexibility. Now in this example, I recorded a couple of bars of my song here acoustically right into Melodyne. And you'll notice up here in the tempo dialog box that it's a free feel performance. It wasn't recorded to a click track. Now of course you can set a click track and record this to a meter if you wanted to. But I felt that this example, a free feel performance, does highlight the power and flexibility of tempo mapping. Let's take a listen. 1, 2, 3. So as you can hear, it's averaging about 100 BPM. Now, tempo mapping means that any audio I import into this, I can have it conform itself to the rhythm pattern that I organically recorded in this situation. And before we start creating some rhythm patterns in Addictive drums, I'll show you a quick and easy way to experience this. I'll open up my file browser here, and I have a handy folder called drum loop samples that I always keep on standby just for these kind of scenarios. And each one of these is a little bit different sounding. I'll audition a few for you. You can do that with this playback button next to each title. And once you find one that you think might work, perfect. I want to point out something extremely important. You can't just drag audio into this and have it tempo mapped automatically. You have to activate this button here. This is the auto stretch button. Once this is activated in Melodyne, any audio I import will be automatically tempo mapped for you. Beat for beat, feel for feel. Watch this. I'm going to drag it in here to beat 1 bar 2 and let it go. And did you see that? Not only was it imported, it was automatically tempo mapped. Now, let's take a listen to this. 1, 2, 3. That actually worked really well. You know what? Let's keep going with this pattern. Why don't we finish it out? Now, I want to show you, the reason why is because I want to demonstrate something else. If I was to bring that same sample onto the same track and let it go, Melodyne will automatically not only tempo map it for you, but it'll consolidate these for you. Okay. Now, you may not want them consolidated because as you can see, I have a little gap here. You can still edit it no problem. But what I often like to do when I'm creating rhythm patterns in Melodyne 4 is bring it onto a new track. That way I have a little bit more flexibility. Now I'm going to activate each one of these rhythm tracks in my editor window by holding Command and selecting focus on these two. All right, now you can see we've got a gap there, and I want to fix that gap. I need to know if the next hit here is going to be a kick or a snare. So very easily, let's back it up to beat 1 bar 6 and take a listen. I want a snare. Okay, so it looks like the pattern repeats itself. I can select these 4 hits, hit delete, and now here in my track view, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag it right up to line up like this. Now I want to check for extra transients. As you can see, let me zoom in a little bit here. We have a little bit of a possible flam there. I'm going to choose my timing tool, and by holding Option or Alt on my keyboard, depending on what OS you're using, select that audio, and I can adjust it. See this? I'm literally have the flexibility to move this right where we want it, right on the beat if I want that. All right, now when I play it back, it should be seamless. All right, let's take it back from beat 1, bar 6 again. Seamless, just like I said. But what about the resolve? Let's take a look at this ending here. We can see that the rhythm pattern continues past the hold when I end the rhythm pattern. Let's take a listen to the ending. Okay, now let's hear that back with the acoustic guitar. Yeah, so let's go to beat 1 bar 12, and you can see, let me do the same thing. I'll delete these 3 hits, and this is probably a kick or a snare. Let's see. Great. Now we can leave that kick there, no problem. But I want to resolve this with some kind of splash or a crash. And that's where Addictive Drums is going to come in right now. Let's go to our kit page, and you can see we've got some cymbals here. Now you may have different drum packs loaded, but there's a really neat feature. Something that I love about Addictive Drums is whenever you play any audio in this application, it creates an automatic wave for you, a sample right down here in the lower left corner that you can use to export or drag and drop anywhere. Now, I want the right kind of energy for that hit. And depending where I play this back, it'll give me that exact feel. Lower hits, give it a more quieter one, and up top are louder ones. So when I create my wave sample, I want to create one with just the right amount of hit energy for me. So let me bring it down to right about here, and let's do that. I'm going to select it right about here and play it back from here. Now, as the decay subsides, the audio recorder right now is doing its thing, and it's creating a sample for me right here in Addictive Drums. And then when it's done, it's going to give me that gray box wave file right there for me to select and drag right there. Everybody see that? But what happened is it auto-stretched it. I don't really need to auto-stretch a splash. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt. So what I'm going to do now is deactivate auto-stretch. Come back here, select the wave box again, bring it up to beat 1 bar 12, let it go. And there you go. Now, let's hear the resolve from, let's take it from beat 1 bar 9. Now, another reason why I like to create my rhythm patterns here in individual tracks is now I can actually select it and adjust the level if I wanted. Or I can export all of these samples for mixing later in your DAW of choice. I'm going to lower that splash just a little bit. Let's bring it down about 5 dBs. There. So what do we do here? I recorded a very free feel guitar performance. This is a song that I wrote. It's a sample from that song. And I came to some loops that I keep here. It's kind of like a loop bank where I can audition things quickly. And it's got a variety of them in there. And we did some drum loop editing, and we added a splash cymbal in the end. Let's listen to the whole thing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's take a look at utilizing Addictive Drums, taking samples, some drum loop samples directly from it. Now, depending on what drum packs you own, your Addictive Drums may look a little bit different than mine. In that last example, we used kind of an organic indie feel. In this example, I want to stretch my bounds a little bit. I want to try something that I never thought would really fit with this, just to show you how powerful these two programs are when they work together. I came here to the Real Machines pack, and a couple of these I really, really do love. Let's audition them for a moment. You know what? I really like the kick drum pattern on this 80s DMX. All right, so Now back in Melodyne, what do we want to do again? We want to make sure that auto stretching here is enabled. It's going to go from gray to light gray. Ooh, all right. So let's play that sample. And remember, Addictive Drums is going to create a sample loop for us, a stereo loop for us when we're done. There, that was easy. All right, now select the wave box, bring it up to beat 1 bar 2, and it automatically tempo stretches it for us. Let's take a listen to what we're doing so far. See if it fits. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, that worked. That worked really well, actually. Okay, so again, what we're going to do is repeat that. I'll grab the icon here, bring it up again, and let's just keep going with this. Bring it up here, beat 1 bar 8, and one more time. We'll have to do some more editing here for resolve. There. All right, thank you, Addictive Drums. Now let's see how this sounds, how it blends in with these hits. We may have to remove a couple of these. Why don't we bring them into my edit window? Select focus on each one of these, and we're layering them now right there into our workspace. So we're going to have a double hit here. Let me select this hit and hit delete. All right. So something's here. Now, if you want to see audio that's overlapping, down here in the lower right corner of Melodyne, there we go. All you're doing is fanning them out. Let's take a listen. Let me select this one and delete it and see how the rhythm pattern falls. That's what I want. Okay, got it. Beautiful. So we selected the right one. We wanted a kick drum there. And let's keep going. All right. Again, there we go. Select this one. Delete that hit. And I'm just hitting my delete key as I go along. Select this one and hit delete. And that should bring us to the end. All right, so let me zoom out of this rhythm pattern here so we can see everything. Now again, this is each track up here presented in this example right here, okay? All right. And we are doing that simply by using the spread unison button. All right, so let's collapse them back down again. And here we go. All right. Well, let me sample that one more time. Let's play it back. 3. And let's talk about this resolve again. Take it from beat 1 bar 11. That's not too bad. So we can keep this one simple here. Let's zoom in now and let's fix the resolve here. Let's see what happens. So I can select this audio, this rest of this loop here, and delete it. And there, tempo maps and restretches it. Let's take it from beat 1 bar 10. There. Let me open up my drum loop examples. And I actually have some splash cymbals in here that we can drag in and utilize. Let's take a listen to a few of these samples. This is a 20-inch Zildjian, 16-inch Zildjian right here. Oh, I like that one. It's a little bit bright. Now I'm going to deactivate auto stretching again, and let's bring it right here in beat 1 bar 12. And there we go. It's kind of a long decay on there. All right, and I'm going to lower the level on that Zildjian splash by about 4.5 dBs. Let's take it again from beat 1 bar 8. All right, so let's sum it up. If you haven't tried tempo mapping yet, you can begin to see how easy it is and some of the creative possibilities that it's going to allow you, especially when you're doing singer-songwriter stuff, but not just limited to that. Tempo mapping is a really cool and powerful tool that, you know, is probably sitting there in your hard drive just waiting for you to use if you own Melodyne already, for example. And then when you combine it with other pro audio applications like Addictive Drums, well, the sky's the limit, really. I've been using this on my songwriting for quite some time, and as you can see, this song I wrote has a lot of flexibility, and still, thanks to tempo mapping, I'm able to really feel it out and experiment with different rhythm patterns to find what really represents this song for me. But the only way to find out is for yourself, and that's the best way. So stay creative and stay busy, everyone, and thanks for watching.